those artists, um, if you notice, they're kind of going outside of the box a little bit and release at a certain time, and make sure the music bill and so on. So I think it's a little bit of each,
Mm-hmm.
but we would have to get out of that cycle
Yeah.
because the unless
Mm.
the people that's attending these events
Mm.
can make a conscious decision or be intentional
Mm-hmm.
that they're going to support the music.
Okay.
But if, I'm not going to say it's not possible,
Mm-hmm.
but where we are as a people, it's not easy
Do you think not?
because the music
Mhm.
is for free. Sorry, go ahead.
That's what I was just about to say. As you said
Mhm.
it, that the music is free. That's a big thing because right now you can get soca music and you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah,
You
it's on
know,
YouTube. You get it on
it's yeah,
YouTube.
you get it on YouTube. I mean, you could download a lot of music, but
Mhm.
soca music, even before it was on YouTube, even before you could get it on different platforms, people were sharing it, and they've always been
Correct.
sharing it.
Correct.
You didn't have to buy it, so that's why I think compared to hip hop and R&B, I mean, I'm
Mhm.
not so much soaked in that industry, so I can't
Mhm.
say per se, but if I needed to get soca, it's only now because I'm in a group, you'd find people sharing
Correct.
folders
Correct.
and saying, okay, this is this and this is that, or some of the hip hop DJs, now you could get the music. But you
Well,
find soca just by what any one of those people that do distributions, right? Where they will send you the music and all you have to do is download it now.
correct. Or if you have a thing stream.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but getting back to the
Hmm.
consumers are not they're not in the conditioning of let me buy this or let me get a bundle, meaning that okay, even if the artist puts the music up and you
Yeah.
can stream it, what if the artist does vinyl and t-shirts or some sort of a
To support them.
merchandise?
Yeah, yeah,
How many people really want it? You
yeah,
see? So now it becomes a thing like, well, we bring the music is there for the celebration,
yeah.
for the 2 days of sin,
Whew.
and then Ash Wednesday, they put ashes and then you roll through.
Uh,
All is forgiven.
yeah.
You exhausted the whatever that is. Um, so the consumers have to be either persuaded
Hmm.
or educated to be encouraged to hear what based on all the artists buy 3 albums. You don't have to buy all, but
Hmm.
or buy one. Commit to buying one, anyone,
Or singles if they don't have albums.
or buy a single,
Hmm.
however.
Hmm.
Or there's compilations.
Yeah, yeah,
Purchase one where the consumers would know, all right, you know what, this money is going back to the artist. Because at the end of the day, right, you want to look at artists in Europe, you look at artists in Asia, you look at artists in the States here, they have a little pension plan going, which is the royalties
hmm,
and the other little benefits. They may not be obviously the artist would have probably had to be making some kind of money with their music,
yeah,
but there's something in place for them.
yeah.
Royalties would keep coming in, but our folks home, I mean, do they get royalties? You
Now,
know,
now I think they do, but once their music is in rotation, and now I could see why, or you could tell me better. Now I
mm-hmm.
see why people are fighting for their music to be played on radio, because if you don't understand the system or how the business works. If you don't get your music on rotation, then you're not getting those residuals, right? So
it's two things. The radio is paying something
right, yeah,
to the performance rights organizations,
yeah,
and at the same time, people are either buying, right? So for example, let me say you go to an R&B show here. You're going to see Leila Hathaway and October London and Chris Brown or something. They have merch selling.
Yeah.
They have product available at the show. So, people pay to go in. They want to take pictures with Chris Brown. I don't know how much you're paying for that. But the point is, they are dedicated to the artists.
Yeah.
There's some sort of a dedication, and they are buying into what the artist is doing. Even if the artist isn't touring. You see what I mean? Even if the artist isn't touring, they have that presence where, right, go to my website and people go to the website and get something.
Yeah.
That would be a behavior that we would need to develop and encourage folks. Hey, if you appreciate culturally what we're doing, we needed to put something in, opposed to where it is right now is a whole giveaway fest.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah. Welcome back to Table Talk Show with Nikki G The Voice and Samuel. Yes, Sam. So, I want to thank you once again. I have to say thank you for coming on my show. It's such a pleasure. I mean, we talked a whole hour and the hour went by. Sometimes when I invite people to my show and I'm like, it's 2 hours. And it's like, what? I don't think I had to jump off before. Blase.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
According to Janet Jackson, funny how time flies.
Oh, yes.
When you're having fun.
Having fun.
That's right.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. It's true. And you're a wealth of information. Let me tell you guys this. This is my go-to friend when I need musical info. He don't know all this. I don't tell him all this type of stuff. That's why he jump back like that.
You see?
But when I ask him my little questions and stuff, and then the good thing is, it's good to have friends that check in on you, Sam does that. He check in on me. It's like, what's going on? You read work, you do this, you do that. And it's like, you guys need to go on his page. You need to go, Sam, give them your websites again, your 2 websites, because there's one for men, one for everyone. And then they have Muzilog for women. He does a lot on there. He plays music. Okay. He has his radio station, interviews people as well. If you're into hip hop and different genres of music, not just soca. So many different people. So give them some insight into your pages and other things that you do.
Okay, so I have 2 publications presently. One is called Muzilog.com. I like to call it the Rolling Stones version of the platform. And then we have MuzilogWoman.com. And we treat that more like an Essence magazine vibe. You ladies have a lot of layers, so you need a little inspiration and a little healthy living things and meditation and reading and relaxation. You ladies have a little more things to do, so we wanted to address those areas with MuzilogWoman.com. The radio station initially was started because of a lot of the podcasts that I was doing, a lot of the interviews. So it was to somewhat tie the regular Muzilog to the Muzilog woman, and the playlist is primarily the artists that are being interviewed. So I don't really have well, I do have DJ mixes. So if you hear something that's not really that we didn't write about or we didn't post or anything like that, it's more than likely a DJ mix that you're hearing. But in the playlist, we primarily play all the artists that were interviewed at some point, or we wrote an article on you, or we posted something on you. So then we have that as the main meat. And then we have samsdigital.net, which is the marketing arm where we do a lot of the different services. Like we do end-to-end service, and end-to-end meaning, let's say you have a production company or an entertainment company, but you have a day job and you need someone with the know-how to help you, like release. You have like an album release, and you have a couple of things that you have to do to get that music out. You need to get a website done, probably. You probably need a one sheet, bio development or bio touch-up. You need a press release done. You need artwork. You need someone to put out an email blast, someone to maintain your social media platforms during the release of the new music. We cover that as well, and different genres. All right. And even actually for the radio station on the weekend, Saturdays for 24 hours is gospel and praise and worship and thing. Saturday all day is Sunday 24 hours is calypso and soca. We added some chutney the other day, giving everybody some love.
Nice.
Yeah. And we do Reggae Monday, so it's reggae and dancehall. And then Tuesday we feature new music. We call it New Music Tuesday. And we're looking at, because I've been interviewing a lot of jazz and instrumental artists of late.
Mm-hmm.
So we're thinking of actually adding a day, because I think by now we have enough content where we can actually do like a full 24 hours of music.
Very nice.
For jazz and instrumentals and things like that.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes, that's what we're doing. Yeah, you've been seeing the work.
I've been hearing as well. I've been listening, and if you hear a familiar voice on his radio station, it's
yes, Nikki. Thank you for all the station IDs you've done.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it actually lifted the whole.
You're listening to Muzilog Music Radio.
My honor.
I can see why DJ Gel and other DJs like to have you on their mixes.
It's my honor, honestly.
Yes, yes.
It's a pleasure to know that, I could add my feminine touch to whatever project someone has. So,
Of course.
Yeah.
You're the voice.
I am, aren't I?
Nikki G
Oh
The
my
Voice.
God, it's such a pleasure. So,
Yes.
Wuk Up Riddim. So
Yes, my dear.
we have part 1, which we covered in the show previously with Sam. I'm gonna attach it.
We did? Oh,
No,
okay.
well, not the Wuk Up. We did the first release that you had before the Wuk Up Riddim.
Oh, you're talking about Soul Music Vineyard.
Right.
That album. Okay.
We did that
wasn't,
first.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that wasn't really for what we're doing here.
Okay.
That was more like R&B and soul and that type of a vibe.
So the release that you had last year for Tobago, is this part 2 or no?
Correct. This is
It
part
is
2.
part 2. Okay.
Yes.
And the name of that album was what?
Wuk Up Riddim.
Wuk Up
It was,
Riddim.
yeah,
Same thing. So
Wuk Up Riddim.
right. That's why I was saying part 1 and part 2
Yes.
being that. So when I interviewed you, Did you release that as yet or not as yet?
No, it
Didn't
wasn't
work
even a
on it.
thought. We didn't even, that
It
wasn't
came
even
after.
it
Right,
came
right. My
after.
correction. My correction. Yeah.
So I could give you a quick synopsis there.
Yes.
Um, I was happy to hear when Tobago was starting their carnival.
Mm.
In 2022, I did an instrumental EP called Tobago Carnival
Mm-hmm.
to commemorate that, you know. I didn't really, I mean, it was released officially. I didn't run around selling it. You know, I'm like, okay, who in Tobago know me right now? So it was just a way to whet the appetite of people. And in many aspects, it was properly received.
Mm-hmm.
Like people who know me and hey, you know, they like the project, and it was just instrumental, nothing major. And I sat out the second year. I sat it out because I didn't know where the direction of the carnival was going to go.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think for the third year, I started. I was like, you know, I think I want to do something. I want to put something together. So I had to look at the market and see what was happening.
Mm.
You know, so I think in 2024, because I think the first one was 2022, the second was 2023.
Mm.
Last year was the third one. This year is the fourth
I
carnival.
can't believe 4 years
4
is
years,
going
right?
by that, you know?
So, in 2024, around June, I reached out to DJ Musical Mix.
Mm.
We happened to go to the same school. He's a little bit younger than me, but we went to the same high school. So we have a
Okay, okay.
rapport from there in Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, look, I have this idea that I want to, you know, put a project together. So we spoke about it, and I had some tracks that I said, well, let's go with these and develop. And I gave these tracks. Well, no, let's say I did them where they could be a work in progress. Which, you know, I'm from the old school, so I don't really fully produce a track and give artists, which a lot of the producers today do, and I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
It's just that I like to create a sketch, and then when the artist writes to it,
Mm-hmm.
I can do some customizing for the artist. You know, sometimes I have to change the key. Sometimes, you know, they do some, because they may write the song and they may do something interesting with the melody that I can even do a variation, and it keeps the project, it keeps it interesting.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not just the same track you hear all the time, but you hear it, and then because of how the song is written, maybe I do something different with the drums. Maybe I do something different with like a horn line. Maybe I do
Okay.
like
So it's
a keyboard.
customized to the artist.
Right. Correct. So it
Okay.
went that way. Well, you sort of lived with me through that process.
Oh, yeah.
There was some
I did.
there
There
was
was
some
some
strong
pull.
critiques, you know, some strong critique, you know, which is fine. I mean, you know, enough respect due to the folks
Yeah.
who had their I feel it should go this way. I feel it should go that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. A lot of people, couple of people, I should say.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
However, we did it was actually 3 rhythms on the project, and we did the evening. That's the one with Lemma Calbio is on that one. Roger George is on that. Hawkeye is on it. Candela Williams is on there. And is there someone I'm missing? Oh, Orrin Richards. And this is how it went, right? So after we released that, 2 of the songs ended up placing on the charts in Trinidad just before the carnival, I think, which was good. I wasn't even expecting the songs to chart.
Something like that.
So
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
And just before carnival, I released everything together. So I did what we call a waterfall release, meaning that, okay, you know, you drop a song here, you drop a song there. And then by just before, maybe like February, just before the carnival, I released everything together. And And I think when that was released, those who might have been skeptical really saw where it went, so at least it was a template to see. It sounded really good. Some of the songs we had to revisit them in terms of mixing, things like that. But I think I was really happy with that, with the first Wuk Up. What we ended up doing was Let Me Go to Tobago was doing so well that I did a remix of it on that project, on the first one.
Okay.
And then Oren, who did, he actually wrote Let Me Go to Tobago. He heard the music and say, well, I'm going to write something different to this. I'm like, okay, this is the remix. So what ended up happening is that the song, the track, or should I say the rhythm that we're featuring now is actually the remix of Let Me Go to Tobago. And we just released 2 singles. One is by Yolanda Job Thomas, I think, from Tobago.
Yeah, Job Thomas, yeah.
Yes. But she prefers to go by Yolanda.
Okay.
And so her song is called Fumble. And Oren did his version. It's called it No Stupid Man.
Yeah.
And his is more, it could be a party record in a way, but I guess people would have to catch what he's singing about and then say, okay, they understand the lingo of the song.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works.
Okay.
But stay tuned, because we also have 2 more songs to release. One is from Roger George. Yes, Roger George. Shout out to him. And one is from Chantal Campbell, which I actually did a single with earlier this year. Was it this year? Yes, earlier this year, a record called Carnival Romance. A record called Carnival Romance. So we're sort of, I thought that it would be good to keep the Wuk Up Riddim franchise and, see how far we can take it.
How it goes. Yeah. What is
Yes.
the reception right now from the music that you've released already?
The Fumble is doing very well. We're doing some marketing online with it.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, the frenzy of the Calypso, not the Calypso, the frenzy of the Carnival home is happening as we speak.
It is. And where are you?
Right? Could you imagine that? Well, the good thing is that Yolanda isn't too big.
Oh, good.
So she's been on the ground doing some work. We've been getting some good responses with her song.
Good.
A lot of the ladies could relate to the Fumble issue. All right. So if you haven't heard that record yet, what you played it, right? You might have been playing it.
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
We're gonna play it right after, so people will get to listen to it, and then we'll come back with questions.
Okay. So yes, that is doing well, but I wouldn't really get a true feedback until maybe after Carnival. But the DJs have it. I sent it to the record pools.
Nice.
It's online. People are. But I did send it to a couple of people in Tobago, and they were loving it.
Yeah. Well, I know when I shared it with Soca to Soca got it. He does.
Oh yes, right.
Right.
And he gave us a very, very good write-up. Thank you so much, Soca to Soca. Thank you so much.
He did. He loved it. He had a lot to say. He couldn't wait. He inspired the interview as well. He was like, I have to interview this guy again. I was like, yes. What was I thinking of? And we always talked about it, but I was like, this is the opportune time in order to do so, But speaking about the artists, how do you go about picking your artists? I know when you did the first one and you mentioned it to me, Sodonia jumped in it.
Yes. Shout out to him. He did an amazing job. Yeah.
Yeah. He was one that understood the concept because, if you haven't done it before, like how you say old school, how you explained how you do your work. If you don't understand that concept, I guess you have to know both concepts in order to do both. And some people, at the sound of a beat, no matter what it is, they'll make up a song and then go with the flow, you know?
Yeah.
So how do you, or how did you pick your artists? And we'll start with the Wuk Up Riddim now. How were you able to pick your artists? Some that you might have worked with before, but how did
Yes.
you pick them?
So I did work with Oren before, and his version of the evening rhythm, he wrote Let We Go to Tobago. That inspired me to do the remix of it, which became the track that we're using in for Wuk Up 2.
Yeah.
So there is a connection. And then One Dread, who is one of the engineers on the record, he knew Yolanda.
Okay.
And gave it to Yolanda, and then she worked on it and wrote her song.
Oh,
to it.
nice.
Now we did, I think what it is really, I send it out, and then the different artists, they will share it out to different people, and then they'll decide if they want to be on it or not. You know, so if somebody wants to be on it and they have a decent song, I'll put it on the project.
Yeah. Have you thought of, because the vibe that you give me, right? Especially from the previous one, especially with jazz. I know a lot of people do pitches for maybe movies. Like right now they have Queen of Soca that's out now. Did you see that? It's a movie,
I saw something on it. I didn't get the full gist of it, but I saw it on my timeline.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay.
Queen of
All right.
Soca. Terry Lyons is the main actress, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's the main actress. And my friend Kevin Adams is the producer. So I'm hoping to get him on the show at some point when he's doing his promotion over here. But we're gonna try and get him on the show. So have you thought of your music or doing pitches to movies or where do you
I mean, the sky's the limit. I mean, I'll maybe if I'm producing a film, it would make sense. But if someone is producing a film, I'm not really producing a film presently.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind submitting the music to someone who's in film.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the sky's the limit as to where we could take it.
Yeah.
Anything to break us out of the monotonous dynamic. Okay, we're just getting the music for this time of the year. So yeah, I'm open to it.
Yeah, good.
But the movie is out right now. Like it's screening in different places.
Yeah, it's in theaters right now.
As
they
in
had a
home
packed house in Trinidad. I think Trinidad and Tobago, but I think in Trinidad right now. I'm not too sure Tobago yet, most likely, but I know they had a premiere a couple nights ago. So if you go on Queen of Soca, it should you'll see the reviews and they talking about it and all that, you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
I'll introduce you to him. I think that'll be a nice, yeah.
No problem.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. We'll play the music. You want to set up the music for me, please? Wuk Up Riddim, any song. Okay, let's set up Yolanda's song, and then we'll play that.
Okay. You are about to listen to Fumble by the extraordinary Yolanda.
Wuk Up Riddim by Sam Archer Project. This is part 2.
Yes.
Destination Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
Keep it locked to Table Talk Show with Nikki G The Voice and my special guest. Thank you for tuning in to Table Talk Show with Nikki G The Voice. We're in the last hour or so of the show, and
I have
my special I have my special guest with me somewhere. We're having a beautiful conversation. Please go and look at part 1 and you'll get a gist of everything Samuel does from beginning to now to present. And right now he's promoting the Wuk Up Riddim part 2. Okay?
Yes.
What you just listened to was Yolanda's song.
Yes.
And we are about to also let you listen to Orrin Richards' song, No Stupid Man. Okay?
Yes.
Tell us about that song, Samuel.
The No Stupid Man.
Mm-hmm.
So he's singing about a situation that's kind of sensitive. But we deal with it in the Caribbean a lot. We have a horn, a man, and you gain a horn, So, which actually both songs. Now, what is so funny is that Oren wrote "No Stupid Man" before, right? So when he said I'm going to write something to it,
Yeah.
he did that, and I was like, okay, that's. I thought he was going to go in a more happy mood with the record, right?
Yeah.
And then when Yolanda did her record with Fumble, it is almost like both songs are in the same,
In part, yeah.
in the same neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think with Fumble, I think a lot of ladies could relate to that, about the man who fumbled them,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You could fumble a girl like me. So that's like one of my favorite lines in the song, right? So I just thought it was interesting. I said, but look at that. They literally on the same wavelength in terms of the content. So I didn't really expect that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting to see how it plays out. I don't know if they're going to just and it's actually they're on the same rhythm, same. So let's see what the DJs do with it.
Yeah. So I had this question asked to me, right? Being that soca, the BPMs is faster, right? And with these songs bringing it out during this time, what was the reason or your thoughts behind it, especially bringing it out during soca, during the carnival?
Well, technically, soca is not necessarily about the tempo, because you can have a high power soca,
Yeah,
and you could have
groovy.
I hate saying this. I don't know who came up with the word groovy, but
I heard something, it's interesting how you're saying this because I've heard people from Vincy say, we don't have power and groovy. They have something different in their country. So is it something different for, even though Trinidad and Tobago is, we call it one country, but is it something different that Tobagonians, is there a difference, is what I'm trying to say?
Oh, well, not really. Okay, so let me set the stage so it will make sense.
Yeah.
When I did the evening rhythm in Wuk Up 1,
Yeah.
that was really more of a cool down record. So after the jump and wave and the hard fet and spray paint and all kind of thing,
Okay.
and the oil and whatever, the evening was like maybe after Carnival, they have this thing called a cool down.
Yes, and they'll come to Tobago.
They'll go to Tobago and do a cool down.
Yeah.
So I was envisioning that the songs that we did in the last rhythm, but they were called evening, those songs would be more of a cool down type of a vibe.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So during the remix, I sort of mix it with some zouk. So if you hear how I have this rim on there, tap, 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 that rim gives it more like a zouk kind of feel. So this is where, people who who speak French, they would sort of gravitate to it. It's really the same tempo.
Yeah.
But it's somewhat in the groovy area. It's sort of like you're not really wilding up, but you just want to,
something melodic, just
and you just grooving, like that.
Right.
So it's really and for me, I'm just really looking to have a niche because you already have the people doing the power. You have, you really have the mainstream people doing what they do. So I can't really come in the game trying to compete with that. I'd come different. So even the way how the music is, so the music is a little different. The approach is different. And, it would find a space somewhere, a DJ would be like, you know what, and DJs know when to put on certain records.
Oh yeah.
So a DJ would be like, you know what, this could work nice right here. Boom. And they could use it at that point. So it could be when they want to slow down the party a little bit, or should I say cool down the party a little bit, or when is the official cool down, it could just be one of them records that they use at that time.
Yeah. I get it.
I hope, not necessarily you per se, but I know you have it. But in terms of the audience,
Yeah.
I hope the audience understands. It's like, why are you talking about cool down so?
Table Talk is now in session. Listen.
All right. Thank you for keeping it locked to Table Talk Show with Nikki G The Voice. I have my special guest, Samuel Archer. Samuel, you can give everyone your handles again, and we'll have it scrolling down here if you need to contact him as well.
Okay. So email is samsdigital.net@gmail.com. And the Soul Music Vineyard is the website. And at Soul Music Vineyard is the IG, the Instagram. And I think that's pretty much the main ones. Okay. Everything else is really more on the branding for Muzilog and Muzilog Woman. But they could check out Muzilog, MUZILOG.com, and support that as well.
Very good.
Yes,
we were talking about the Wuk Up Riddim that Sam has out now. It is beautiful music. You guys go download it, stream it, share it. Hit up Sam if you guys want to get on his next album when he comes out next year. Maybe.
Well, you know what I did? I missed the boat a little bit this year.
Oh yeah.
I missed the boat a little bit. So I'm hoping that for next year, if the world is stable,
gosh,
right? So for next year, I definitely want to start earlier, because it's a process too. Because when you give it to a songwriter or an artist, they have to go and find the vibe, and then they got to go get it recorded, and then they got to bring it back to me, and then I got to edit it, and so it's a whole thing. So one artist told me once, you can't rush greatness,
That's true. That's so true.
No, but the funny thing is, when they told me that, right, it's like, really?
Oh, they're trying to tell you slow down, but it wasn't in that.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we gotta get going.
I can't be mad. I'm like, hey, you can't rush greatness. So
yeah. But how do you feel about this one compared to last year? What are your thoughts on that? How do you think it's doing?
I feel good. I mean, if I had started earlier, I would have probably mirrored what we did last year. Because the first Wuk Up, I mean, when I listen to it now, it's almost like a journey. Because we start with the Juve.
Yeah.
And then we do the Genesis, so it's Juve songs, and then the Genesis songs, and then you have the evening songs. And it's like and then we have the little exhibits in between where people are calling in and leaving messages. So it's sort of like a really fun record to listen to.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you could close your eyes and listen to the record, and it's like a movie. So it would have been cool to mirror that. But we didn't have the time. I didn't have the time.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of artists that I was hoping that would have been able to be on the second one. So that didn't. So we're just going to keep it simple for the second one and start earlier. and again get more a couple more tracks and start getting, so folks who, and actually now that this would sort of help to establish a template, so to speak. So if someone really like what we're doing, they can say, look, I want to be down.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing if you guys would start much earlier this time. But time goes by so fast, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, we've all been saying it. So sometimes you end up saying, I mean, I don't know if that's what you said next year. It's like, okay, well, we have time, let's start at this point, and then time just elapse. And at the same time, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes where people may not know. So that's why you weren't able to get on board with, what you wanted to do.
Well, yeah, I am going to God's willing, I am going to do some additional rhythms, some new ones.
Okay.
And what I'm hoping to do is see if I could meet the young people halfway. Like I said, I got to be coachable.
Yeah.
So I would we'll do some tracks and then see what they gravitate to. I don't like having to copy what other folks do because I want them to have, that's their signature and that's their space.
Yeah, yeah.
So sometimes when you come with an original vibe, sometimes it's a harder sell. Sometimes, it's sort of like because they don't really catch. Not everyone would catch where you are. So until they like there were a couple of people, they didn't really see the vision until the Wuk Up, the full project came out.
Yeah.
So when they heard the full project, then they realized, oh wow, okay,
what it is.
I see what you were doing, or what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
Opposed to like, well, the beat was this way and I didn't see it growing to this other thing or developing into this other thing that it became.
Yeah.
And then the listenership is totally different. So we have like a Latin audience that's digging into the record too. So it's sort of creating some additional opportunities that had I not done anything, I wouldn't have known.
But
so sometimes you just have to
better in a way.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to believe that you're going to put this thing out regardless of all the different issues, and then put it out and see how it responds. Again, because you really don't know what will happen. And when I was younger, I would try to predict if people would like something or not. I kind of outgrow that. I really don't know. I don't know if who gonna like what.
Exactly.
But I just do it.
You make something good. You just make something
and then put it out,
put it out there. Yeah.
And put it out and see how people respond to it.
Yeah.
Because I really like, remember, I didn't know we would have gotten with 2 songs with a chart last year.
True.
I was shocked. I mean, I got, hey, on the charts. Like, what? Really? I really didn't know it would chart.
Yeah.
So
congratulations again.
Well, thank you. And again, so sometimes you just have to believe in what you're doing.
True.
And put it, cast it on the waters and see what happens.
True. I have a quick question about soca, right? Do you think the future of soca lies in staying true to its roots or embracing more cross-genre fusion with jazz, hip-hop, world music? What balance do you aim for in your own work?
Okay. I think it's going to evolve. I personally, this is my personal thing. People have the different opinions. Personally, I think where chutney is today is what Ras Shorty, or should I say Lord Shorty, because there's a difference, right? Where Lord Shorty was going. And I'll explain why. I remember when there was a time in hip hop you couldn't tune the samples. Right? There was a time when you put a beat together, you took a sample from this and a sample from that, and there was no way to put it all in key, right? But because someone was rhyming over it, it worked. When you had someone like a Mary J coming into the picture, she was like one of the first people singing over a hip hop track.
Mm-hmm.
So initially it was kind of weird to hear, you know. Another thing that was, and I'm going to give you another example and then come to the soca.
Yeah.
Another thing that was hard to hear was there was a time when dancehall would just be this one chord. One chord. And then you'll have a guy like Sanchez singing a love tune over this. He's singing this love song over one chord, you know. They're not changing the chord to go in. It's just one chord.
Uh-huh.
So initially, when we heard that, it was weird to us, because as musicians and even the listeners are like, why they not changing the chord? But today, we kind of learn to appreciate what it is.
Yeah.
Sanchez did this 1 in a Million. If you listen to 1 in a Million,
beautiful song.
Is right, the original, right?
Uh-huh.
but his 1 in a Million is a reggae, or a dancehall. Well, it's really a lover's rock. It's kind of like a lover's rock, but it's one chord, right through. And so even when the melody's changing, they're not changing with it. And I think the difference between Sanchez with Berez created the music where the chords would change and go to where he's going.
Beres
Hammond, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So I think he had more of he had a little more musicianship. But if you listen to Berez stuff, a lot of the records went through that change, you know. So we had to get used to this one chord thing.
Yeah.
And now when you go to a wedding or you go to a party and the record come on, you just had to dance because you're used to it, right? So with coming to soca now, if you listen to Endless Vibrations, he has the building blocks. But there were a lot of things that didn't happen yet. Because, you know, you had to get used to, okay, we're taking this component and try to blend it with this component. And on top of that, there might have been a cultural static too, because there might have been people from the East Indian side that didn't really want Lord Shorty to be doing any kind of mix.
Or to infuse the two.
So there was, right, so there might have been a little bit of blowback initially, but anyway, he went through with the project.
Yeah, he did,
and it became a template. All right. So this is how the question is now. If soca is African and East Indian mixed together, then what is chutney? Is chutney where you pour more curry in it?
Somewhat.
But what I would say is the Endless Vibrations project was the initial template to help develop the direction, help it to evolve to where chutney is. Right? So which one is the real mix? Right? So this is where now when you look at soca, if soca was the mix, or the where they were attempting to mix both genres, when I am doing music, I'm not necessarily mixing genres. So I wouldn't say that I'm under the Lord Shorty family tree. I would say I'm under the Ed Watson family tree, because the music was just evolving anyway.
Yeah.
It was influenced by commercial music. It was influenced by the jazz at the time, or whatever was leading. And in the 70s, you had a lot of funk. So if you listen to even Lord Nelson records, you know, with his Disco Daddy and them other records, he had like a little funk inside there too, like the way the guitar would play.
Yeah.
So right. So
Yeah.
it was sort of like a, you know, so I don't think they were mixing two cultural components. So that's why I said the so if you have calypso as the mother, you had two children,
Yeah.
or maybe three that came out of calypso, and soca was one of those children because of how that started. But then you had the other people that didn't even want to do anything with that, and they were on the other line. You know, not that I have anything against it.
Yeah.
It's just that it's part of the history to where the music has
evolved. Yeah.
You're right, and it evolved and so on. So you're just looking at derivatives. Now we have what was the new version? We have Zest, and what's the next one now?
Oh yeah, we have Zest.
And there's a next one.
What's the other one?
I think Lady Lava. Well, they you know, they could write it in the
yeah, they can write it. So you guys, whatever genres you know of right now, besides soca, hip hop, R&B, jazz, and all that, but in the soca industry, what's the
right? Well, the zest would be under the soca. It would be under the soca.
Somewhat, yeah.
Family tree.
Just a different,
right?
yeah. Just a different.
But then we had to understand. Well, where's the mix? Is it soca and dancehall? You know, I mean, how they, you know, what is the mix for that? So maybe you might want to talk to them young people and find out. Like I say, I'm coachable. You know, let me hear what all this. Okay, you know, and just work with it. You know. Yeah.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Quick break, and we're back with Samuel with some fun questions. Before we sign out, it's a Table Talk show. Keep it locked.
Plus this. Welcome to Table Talk with Nikki G The Voice, where we bring to you highlights of entrepreneurs, leaders, organizers, and much more. Table Talk show with Nikki G The Voice.
Table Talk show, Nikki G The Voice, and my guest star, Samuel Archer.
I seen you hold.
This is game time. So my fun game question. Okay, Samuel.
Yes,
mate. Switch it up a little bit. So here's some fun questions. Rapid fire questions. I'll say a genre. You say the first word that comes to mind. Okay? Soca.
Okay. David Rudder.
Jazz.
Dizzy Gillespie.
Hip hop.
Biggie.
Reggae.
Bob Marley.
Classics.
Classics?
Yep. Classical, sorry.
Mozart.
Nice. Which would you rather, perform at Carnival Road March or headline a major jazz festival?
That's a toughie. How am I doing that one?
Off the top of your head, don't think. Don't be politically correct.
I got to take the road match.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I take the road match. Because I mean, the road match from again, why I'll take it is our experience. I've seen Blue do it. I've seen Marshall do it. I've seen Sparrow and Kitch do it. Even Shadow do it. You know, road match is a nice vibe.
It is.
It's a nice vibe. Is a energy, is a elevation, is, you know. It's a different thing.
Spend 1 week only listening to hip hop or 1 week only listening to jazz.
Jazz.
Okay. Write the next big soca smash or produce a jazz album with world-renowned musicians.
Let's go to world-renowned musicians.
Exposure. Hidden talent. If you were not a musician, what other profession would you try for 1 year and why?
I want to go to the stars one day. I'm gonna try a astronaut thing, see where it is to jump in a rocket and see what the Earth look like on the other side from outer space. I think that would be like a very
nice,
a glorious vibe, but probably scary. It'd be like it might kind of be scary too, but kind of glorious.
All right. Musical time machine. If you could travel back and perform in any era, 1960s, jazz club, 80s, hip hop block party, 1990s, soca carnival, which would you pick and what song would you pick to perform?
Let's go in the 90s.
Okay.
I think I could do either one, but I will go with the 90s.
Uh-huh.
And is it the 90s? No. It might be the 90s. No, it's the 80s. No, but soca, which one is the 80s? Hip hop?
Hip hop is the hip hop 1980s block party or 1990s soca carnival.
Okay, let's go to the soca carnival.
Okay.
But the song I want to do would probably be older.
Okay, no problem.
And that song is from Song Rev. Labor Day Jam in Brooklyn.
Hit it. Let's hear it.
Labor Day Jam in Brooklyn. Da, 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 da. I know the words. I just know Labor Day Jam in Brooklyn. But what I like about this song is the bass.
Yeah,
the bass is a nice. The bass just
in Brooklyn too, and I think it had trumpets or something in it as well.
They have horns. Yeah, it has horns and stuff.
Yeah,
and things. Yeah,
that song.
I think that might be I think that is Colin Lucas sang that one. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Although he did come back with Cent and 5 Cent and
oh yeah. That's true.
That was a record, boy. That jeez, the dollar wine.
That they still play it up till this day.
It's a classic. Yeah, that's definitely a classic.
Okay. Let's see. Select your band. If you could pick 3 musicians from anywhere in the world to perform a dream band with, who would you pick and what genre would you play? Let's stick to soca. Select a band. Who would you like to play with? Let's make it simple. You know why you're getting this question? Because you're dabbling in so many different genres.
Yeah, I'm all over the world. I was going to say Earth, Wind and Fire, but
yeah.
If we go with soca, I would say One Night with Charlie's Roots would be a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Now, who the musicians would be? That's a good question.
3 musicians.
A lot of the musicians I like, they've passed on, but
it doesn't matter.
We could raise them up from the dead.
No, we just saying who you'd like to work with. People who has gone or people who is still here.
Okay, if it's Charlie's Roots, definitely Pelham Goddard.
My namesake, Goddard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, all related. You might be family. I've heard Marcus Miller attempt like Caribbean type bass. So it would be interesting to hear what he does in the world of soca and calypso. Yeah. So you're familiar with Marcus Miller?
Nope.
No? Okay, that's all right. He wrote with Luther Vandross. So a lot of the Luther
Vandross. Nice.
And he's also he worked with Miles Davis.
Okay. I like Miles.
Yeah, he worked with Miles.
I like his work. Yeah.
But his main instrument is bass.
Bass. Okay.
Yeah, so
I like
Yeah, go ahead.
Pelham what?
No, I would say Pelham keyboards. Pelham keyboard, Marcus Miller on bass. For the drums, I gotta go with Earl Wise.
Nice choices. All right. Secret sound. What's one unusual instrumental sound you like to experiment with next that people might not expect from you?
Well, I had a little introduction to the mandolin. I thought that it was invoking some creativity when I was. So I think it might be an instrument that I would want to get one and experiment with.
Nice.
You're familiar with it? The mandolin?
With the mandolin? Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
I'll probably want to rock with that.
Nice. And one of my final questions, not final question, but final
for this. Yeah.
Rapid fire question. Do you have any regrets in your career? And if so, what would you do to change it?
Well, it's not really regret. Is there were times I made bad choices. So but the bad choice turned out to be a lesson opposed to where there's a regret. So it's not like I don't really have any that I could think of. Maybe I probably have one or two, but I can't I can't think of it right now.
Yeah.
But I normally would look at everything that may have gone in a different direction as a learning block. Use that to improve. So it's sort of like a gauge I would use. All right, well, it didn't work this way. Well, let's try it this way and see. Let's see how it works this way, and just improve, and find ways to circumvent that problem, if there was a problem or if there was a choice that was supposed to be made, and just be comfortable with the choice you make.
Okay. And finally, for any emerging artist, let's say, who enjoys all genres of music, but wants to explore soca, what advice would you give about respected traditions and innovating?
The young people, they're a different breed. I was young once and was called a different breed. What I would say is be passionate, be coachable, be open to learning something, and let go of the hang-ups. I would speak to younger musicians, and some of them, not all of them, some of them have an issue with some of the older musicians. And they don't look at it as, well, the person was showing you the game or giving you a little bit of reality. They take it kind of personal. So there's this feeling of animosity. A lot of times I would hear, I used to work with this one and so and he said this or she said this and thing, and so it looks like if you butt heads a little bit, instead of seeing it as, well, okay, maybe there's a lesson here. They might do what I did in high school, with I didn't get any tests, so I just roll out, you know what I mean? But when you do that too much, chances are you might burn too many bridges.
Yeah.
And you might have to, you might have to cross back on one of them bridge. So, maybe once in a while you probably had to do that, but I met a lot of younger musicians where they would butt heads here, and then they, so they cut that off, and then they go another place, and then they butt heads and cut that off, and then by the time you see them a few years later, and you're like, what happened? And they're like, well, nobody wanted to give me a chance, and nobody. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I say you have life. You're alive. What are you talking about? And instead of it being looking at yourself, they're thinking that the person had something out for them. And it wasn't really about that. It was just that the person was either giving you a reality or life, because you can't be thin-skinned in the game.
True.
You gotta have longevity. You gotta be passionate. I got a lot of no's. I got so many no's, I stopped counting.
Oh my gosh.
But you can't let that prevent you from getting to the finish line, getting to your desired outcome. Everything is not going to be easy, and anything worth having is going to have some resistance to it.
Yeah.
So if it's one thing that I would like to encourage the young people is to sort of, instead of taking everything personal, lighten up a little bit, and if you're taking an L on something, take a L, learn the lesson, and just come back better. Improve yourself. Chances are it's something that you have to work on.
Yeah.
Personally, work on, be a work in progress, and keep it moving. And again, the person who might have tried to give you some knowledge, if they see you trying, they may continue to help. So that's one thing that would really help them on the journey.
Yeah. I would say, on behalf of some of the people that I see out there, I can't give validity to every single one, but you see some people screaming online and saying they're not playing my music, and I'm putting out all this good music, and I feel like I'm blackballed, and they always have some soca mafia, and you always hear that in our industry, right? Yet still you have a person like Jay-Z who said, I sold music out of the back of my trunk. I did what I had to do. You have underground music. I'm sure there's underground music in soca as well, because you see where people started underground, probably singing music and not getting paid for it in concerts and so forth, So, it's a sad thing sometimes when you see people really angry for things that are happening to them.
It's okay to be emotional a little bit. It's okay to feel, sometimes I got a certain kind of rejection. It sometimes it hurts.
Yeah.
But winners never quit.
True.
And quitters never win. So anything worth having, there is going to be some sort of a resistance, some sort of trial, some sort of a if for the egg to hatch, the chick had to break that egg, man, and break out of the egg. So there's that resistance, getting to the next level. Same thing with the butterfly, you got to break out of the cocoon. If you can't break out, you'll be stuck in there,
suffocate and not.
So I remember someone did a video, and they were having issues with Marshall still competing. And I saw it as like, wow, okay. But, you can't get mad at Marshall. Marshall doing what he had to do.
Exactly, yeah.
If you want to compete and you're jumping in the ring, just bring your best game, you can't look and say, well, yeah, because Marshall competing, why he competing still and he win all of this already and why?
Yeah.
If you're looking at it like that, then you're coming from the wrong point of view.
Angle.
You come from the wrong angle. You got to come in the ring with your
bring your A game too. I think people who I think I saw the video, but I think what people are trying to say sometimes, right, is that I don't want to pinpoint one particular artist, but sometimes they say things like that because they find people pay money and monopolize the whole situation, and it's a money thing, if you understand what I mean.
And all the industries are like that.
Yeah, it's a business. Much. Yeah,
it's a business. You will have your payolas and the clicks and it's all over the place. You do it. You go to restaurants, it's the same thing. You go to pharmaceuticals, it's the same thing. You go to different hospitals, it's the same thing. Education is the same thing. It's in all of these areas.
Yeah.
How I look at it is, you look at the ocean and everybody in the ocean. The coral reef in the ocean, the whales in the ocean, the orcas in the ocean, the sharks in the ocean, the electric eel in the ocean, everybody there.
Everybody's in there doing their thing.
Flying fish, everybody inside there. The salmon, the tuna, everybody, So you have to just make up your mind, all right, I'm inside the mix and I'm coming through. Come in the best game and
play your part. Yeah.
Like I say what I was going to say, but be slap the game and come in.
For real. But what would it take? My last question, my final question for the night. What would it take? Let's say there's an up and coming artist and he wants to work with a producer. What do you look for in an artist when you work with them?
I want to see if
for you to say yes.
I need to. Well, out there, there's some talent. At least you could keep a key and a note because I've. So, yeah, that's the basics. But once I could vibe that the person hungry, and when I mean hungry, like they really want it, they really want to go at it. That's all you need because it's not an easy road to get there. So you want someone that will keep trying and keep trying and keep trying until they break the door in. You got to remember your why, remember your purpose, and karate kick that door in, man. Either karate kick that one or karate kick the wall or find a crack somewhere, kick that one, and find a space and come through. That's what everybody does. Anyone who is successful, they had a lot of failures.
Yeah.
But they had that one opportunity where the situation worked out okay. Your winnings are a lot less than your losses. But then when you have that one win, it carries you for some volumes. Now, I remember one time that this is an interesting story. I'm going to share this story with you guys. I was such a Charlie's Roots fan that it was around Labor Day time in New York. And I learned that Tony Voisoir was going to be in town. And I said, well, I had to find this man. I had to find this man. So I started talking to people and, end up finding where he was staying. Never meet me in his life. I never met him in my life. I just knew him on records as the guitarist in Charlie's Roots. And me and that man sit on the porch. And this was in where was he? I think he was either close to Utica and Utica, close to Eastern Parkway there. He was staying by a house somewhere there, like in that vicinity there. And we sit down and we talk. It had to be about 3 hours. I was just there soaking up all the knowledge. And he talked about how Charlie's Roots start out. He said, look, it was in the 70s, they would have this place and like once a week they'll be there just doing, it was just calypso. Well, it was more like, remember Charlie's Roots had a certain song.
Yeah.
But it was more, so obviously the music was evolving, but
Yeah.
it was the calypso evolving into the soca. So and so it became this thing. I remember now at home we used to, after Carnival is reggae we listening to, right?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Reggae and dance hall.
Yeah.
So what they did, he made a point about it. What they were doing was still bringing in the calypso through that whole reggae storm, and it became a thing. And then after a while, people knew all right, they're at this place this night, this week, and people would just come out and enjoy. And every week they come out and enjoy, and then that created like a little momentum that led to the recordings, that led to when Tambu had to, he had gotten sick for a little while, and then that's when David came in and they said, all right, David, go hold it down and sing a little bit. And then Tambu came back and then became a unit.
Yeah.
And he took me through that whole, man, I was like a kid with candy in my hand, sitting down by Tony Voice.
But how did he manage to come out and speak to you? Like you
I need to find that out.
Yeah, because when the thing about New York is a place when people inside, you don't know they're inside. They're not answering their bell, but back then I guess it was a little bit different.
Yeah, I think people they move in spirit or your energy. He just realized now this fella, this is a different kind of fella here.
Yeah.
Why this man looking for me?
So you went to his door and knocked on his door, rang his bell?
No. I learned where he was.
Uh-huh.
And then so I ended up going to the place and it was either a relative that answered the door.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So he did. I don't think I was able to call ahead.
Okay.
But
okay.
it wasn't like a weird time. It's like, well, I went there 1 a.m. kind of thing. So it was like probably maybe 7 p.m. or something.
Okay.
And so if he was around, he was like, well, let me take a shot and see.
Yeah.
And we sit down and talk about music for about 3 hours. We just talking about music. And so sometimes and I'm saying this for the younger people since you asked me about, so sometimes you just need to, if the person would give you a chance, and even some of the calypsonians that are still alive, that gonna be willing to just, hey, how it was with this and how it was with that. And I like this song you all did. What was the story? And you sit down and them days we didn't have this, where I could sit down and record the conversation.
True.
But those had to be their moment.
Yeah. Yeah, because I saw David Rudder's interview, not to cut you off, but
that's okay.
I saw David Rudder's interview when he was talking about how Kaiso changed to soca and how he was one of them. When he brought out his music, everybody wanted to know. There was beaten up against it, saying it's like, what type of music is this and so forth. And then people just got used to it,
Yeah, they brought there's a style it's called I think it's Lavway. It's a mixture between Lavway and High Life. That was also and funny enough, all of that is related to the calypso because it's West African what we call rudiments in music. And then the storytelling is really the key. The story and
the funny thing is when they brought out Kaiso, right? Kaiso was so political and you had to know about it. So when I was younger, I wasn't really interested in it. And then when David Rudder came out, I liked it because the beat was faster, it was more relatable, and that got me more interested. Besides, he was cute. But he was a lyricist and he rarely understood. Don't get stuck on the cuteness. But he used to wear this cap, right? He had
the wrong cap. Yeah.
But his music, we literally had to write, I think it was Bundem, one of his songs. We got that for our CXC exam, imagine. And we had to dissect it to say what the music meant
You
in
sure
one
it's
of our exams.
Bundem
I think
is
it was
Bundem is Black Stallion.
Was it Bundem? Hold on.
Yeah.
Is
But
it?
It was a David Rudder song.
Yes, it was a David Rudder song. Is it Bundem?
So at the time he came, I think the second album
It's something
was Calypso. Calypso was a big record. There was
music. Yeah, not that one. It's something about fire or something. Hold on. Let me see. I don't want to take up the whole thing, but hold on,
Because that is what I think what happened the year that David won. He won the first year he won Young King, Dimash Gra, and
I think it's the Hammer.
March.
I think it's the Hammer.
It was the Hammer. Okay, so the Hammer was off. I think the Hammer might have been off the first album.
Yeah.
With Bahia Girl and that. Because the following year is when Black Stallion came out with Bundem. And Black Stallion won the Monarch that the following year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the Hammer, but we got it for exam. I'll never forget that. I mean, it was so long ago, but I remember getting that.
But the Hammer is the story with Pan. The Hammer is the story of how Pan developed.
And we got he was just one of my favorite soca artists at that time.
Yeah, he was all our favorites. I mean, and as an upcoming musician, not just with me, but there's a lot of other musicians I knew in Tobago, and Charlie's Roots was just a band that we liked. Liked where the vibe was coming from, and there was something unique about them.
Yeah.
You know, although we had I'd also like Song Rev.
Yes.
I'd like Chandelier. I'd liked who's the other one? Taxi. I like Taxi. Kalyan. You had Kalyan.
And the Dragonaires.
Yeah. Who else I did like? There was a couple of. By the way, I still believe that the Savage album by Carl and Carol Jacob, I still believe that's the best ever soca album ever.
Really?
Yeah. That album, Savage. Yeah, you ever listen to that album?
I had my favorites, and I know they were like really hip, but I think that was more like my mom's. Yeah, I think they played them a lot. Yeah, and they wasn't like
right. You need to check out the.
I will.
So it's not just the song Savage.
Yeah,
it's the whole album.
The whole album. I'll check it out.
It's a masterpiece.
I could find it. Yeah.
I know what they was drinking. If they was burning incense. But the Savage album is an album to study.
But do you think that's something? I mean, I don't know where you heard it, if you had the album, but I've heard where people say there's certain soca songs you cannot get online.
Probably. Remember now, our industry is out of pocket. Put it this way. I used to hear that TTT used to tape over the tape in the studio.
Really?
So just imagine something happened. They report some news, and then they needed to use tape again, and
record it over. Oh no!
Going through. So just imagine that across other areas. Right?
Yeah.
No shade to TTT, by the way. Don't put me in trouble. But my point is, a couple of things happened. When it was time to transfer the music over, but to get it into digital thing, it required work. So somebody might have a hit in 87, but they're really doing a thing again. And by the time they were switching stuff from analog to digital, they just never, unless some DJ do a mix and put it on YouTube, a lot of stuff might be on YouTube. There was really no official, all right, guys, let's take, where, and I don't know if it would have been if a government initiative would have helped with that. It probably would have.
I mean, that would have helped. It definitely would have helped.
But as it is, where everything was just left to, I guess whoever is interested in getting their stuff converted and put up there, they got it done.
Exactly.
So we had to put money out and put time out and switch it, and then you had to find an aggregator. It's a whole thing.
That's the key. I have one friend, and I see him. Or I should say more of an acquaintance, because we're we don't talk on a regular basis. But his name is Kalonji. He goes by Legendary Rage Kalonji, but I think he took out the Rage part, and he has Legendary Kalonji.
I know that name.
You know him?
Kalonji.
I
know the name. I might know him.
He actually, if you search, he usually have archives and archives of performances, older performances on the stage. I don't know if he was a part of a group where he have those things, or he just get it from the archives, save them, and he puts them out there, Yeah. So
that's a good guy.
Really good with that. Yeah. And I know with Battle of the Bands and all that, people
so that's the other thing. Where is our encyclopedia of the cultural music? And we're talking about, we had some serious stuff in the 70s. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how much creative music came out in the 70s with poetry and, you think it's soft and all them, things, the Wildfire and all them fellas coming forward, man. It is a lot. There's a lot of stuff between the 70s and the 80s, and then, mix that with other artists coming to Trinidad at the time. They're coming from Barbados, or they're coming from St. Vincent, and then I remember Steel Pulse coming down. I remember Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers coming down.
Yeah.
Chalice was coming down. You had all these different bands. So there was like so much music, so much to appreciate.
Yeah.
Byron Lee and the Dragonaires was coming through. I mean, it was crazy. You're talking music.
History of music. I'm sure that people, I mean, if Kalonji could do what he's doing, I do have someone who sends me, I can't say who the person's name is right now, but it looks like there's a station in Trinidad, and they show from soca to comedy to, all different types. Maybe I'll put it in my write-up so people would know what it is. But you do have people, I guess, keeping stock of.
Is that the cultural station home with Daryl Fabian and them?
It might be. It's on my WhatsApp, and some of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a group that I'm in. Hold on. Oh my God, for me to look for that now. But it is a group that I'm in, and it might just be that. Yeah. I just don't have.
I'm trying to remember the name of it. There's because I think Sprang Along and all of them used to
or do the same thing. Yeah, Sprang Along was one.
Well, Sprang Along was part of the thing.
The group.
I call him all kind of names. Sprang Along. Look at that.
I used to love him. He was such a really inspiring comedian. Very funny.
Yes, he was.
Very, very funny.
Yeah, man.
Yes, so come to the end of the show, Samuel. I enjoyed every single minute with talking to you. We don't see each other face to face all the time.
True.
But, it's really inspiring. I thank you so much for your time, for your music, for everything that you doing for the culture. The radio station, everything you do. Like, keep it up.
Thanks for
Very, very
appreciating it. And I'm just doing my part. You're doing your part, and we need the other people to see what they could do and just start doing their part. Everybody could start doing their part and do what we had to do. The lion had to start telling the story.
True, so true.
Yeah.
So true. So keep it locked to Table Talk Show with Nikki G The Voice. You catch us, well, not every Saturday, but you catch us. You look at the shows that we done previously. As I said, Samuel was on my show before part 1. This is part 2, 2 years later. And you hear of all the great things that he's doing, his website, his interviews, the radio station, and, make sure and you go support him with the Wuk Up Riddim. All right. Samuel, give us your handle again and any last words that you'd like to say to our listeners. Well, not last, but.
Yeah, I know. I want to thank the listeners for supporting my girl, Nikki G The Voice. And please continue to help her develop her platform. Again, I'm doing my part, but, everyone needs to do their part. And I think if we could be intentional in supporting, it would help us propel a lot faster, and not just us, but just the culture generally, and appreciate our diversity. So, my handle is Soul Music Vineyard, or at Soul Music Vineyard, and the website is soulmusicvineyard.com.
Very nice. Keep it locked to Table Talk Show. We'd see you again. Till next time. Have a great day. All right, awesome. Yeah, I really like that.
You're feeling the vibe, right?
Yeah.
This is a Juve.
Nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
It's a franchise thing, it's so this time around it's part 2,
Mm-hmm.
It might be a movie, part 3,
I think that's a good idea.
Starring Vin Diesel.
I think that's a great.
What's the guy name?
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's the next. Well, how should I say, the younger Denzel Washington? But if Denzel Washington hears this, he'll be like, "No, there's no younger Denzel Washington."
You know who's the younger Denzel?
Who?
The guy from the UK. He's from the UK too, but
did he act in a heist movie?
No. Is it is Boyega? He's in Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah. Is it Boyega or Voyega? Something like that?
I think he's like the main character.
No, he's the black dude in Star Wars. He was I think he was after the Code 45 guy.
Oh, yeah. I don't know his name, sorry.
He's done a few dramas.
Mm-hmm.
And in his dramas, he gives that like when he gets in the character type thing. Like he goes in the character, like straight up.
I know him.
Who cloned Tyrone? That he's in that too.
Really? I see him. I see him now. I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yes, he does. I don't know if you can see in this. It just came across. He does look like Denzel
here. He have a Denzel vibe, right? You see?
Yeah.
Shout out to all those.
He looks like him.
Shout out to all those UK actors, man. They doing it.
They are. Oh, he really does. Now I see it.
Yeah.
I think in the one that you mentioned first, Star Wars, he was much younger, so I wasn't seeing it, but now I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on something.
Nice. That's good. Okay, let me see.
Yeah, so was the second time's a charm?
Yes. Let me
Second
do my
time's a charm.
intro. Hold on. Let me do my intro.
Okay.
1 second.
Busted! Welcome to Table Talk with Nikki G The Voice, where we bring to you highlights of entrepreneurs, leaders, organizers, and much more.